The opportunity to win a conference championship last year and do what we did in a regional is obviously very important to roll into this year. But I look back at 2017 when we actually lost in the conference championship game and saw how that kind of fueled our desire to make sure that we finished every drill and we did what we could to make sure we were never in that position again. So, trying to take what the success that we had in 2018 and not be kind of stricken by the success hangover a little bit and setting our sights a little bit higher to go out and win a regional championship and then play and carry and things like that, I think is the thing that's going to be able to push us forward a little bit as we tighten up to prepare to play for the rest of this spring. The expectations for this year as it relates to on-field performance is to continue to raise the bar on what's possible in the University of Charleston baseball program. 3 years ago, I don't think anybody looks and says we could win the Southern Division or could win a conference championship. And I want people to look back 3 years, 3 years in the future and say, I didn't think they could win a College World Series. And that's what we're trying to do and win a national championship. I feel like we've done a really good job of improving our development processes. I think we did a really good job of developing players over the last couple of years, but through documenting that and iterating off of it and building even better plans, I think we're a bit further ahead than we were at this point last year. I think the new additions to the staff have put us at a whole other level, to be honest. You look at the impact that Dylan Mazzo had before he left for the Angels. He was able to really implement some things into our offense from a procedural standpoint to really move our offense forward, and did an incredible job with our outfielders as well. And then looking at the impact that Ryan Hunt and Anthony Zona have had in their respective positions has been remarkable. I think, from being players 6 months ago to being coaches and driving our program forward, it's been nothing short of exceptional what they've been able to provide. And then adding Ian McDonald, obviously in our redshirt coordinator role, he's hit the ground running and has been a really key component to, I think, what's going to be the future of our success moving forward. And then adding guys like Gabe Vigil in an operations role, and Seth Nadell in a video coordinator role, and then what Michael Ader's doing on the media relations side. I think we're really working as a really strong unit, and obviously that's all anchored by the work that Andy Hoyer and Alec Porterfield have done in their roles to help this transition to the new staff. So I think, for as new as we all are with each other, I think, you look back 6 months ago, it's hard to believe that we're in the position that we're in now, where we work as well as we do together and putting our players in a really strong position to compete. And from a freshman perspective, I'm really excited about what those guys are doing. We've got a host of guys that will be redshirting, and we got a couple guys that will be competing for some time. But I really feel like the future of this program is very bright, not only for the freshmen that we brought in, but for the development processes we have in place to improve them. What goes through my mind before the first game of the season is that in a lot of ways the hay's in the barn to a certain degree, but we like to look at each game after that as almost like a checkup of the health of our program and being able to take the deficiencies that get pointed out through gameplay and determine any sort of corrective action that we need to make or changes in our quote-unquote preventative maintenance that we have to do on a daily basis to compete at a high level. I'm excited to see our guys compete. As much as getting to play the games is a reward, it's also an opportunity for us to get feedback on how we can continue to make our program better. Our staff, all the way down to our players and our support staff, have worked incredibly hard to put our program in a position to compete at a high level, and now we get to kind of put our money where our mouth is in a lot of ways and see if all that hard work has paid off. On behalf of our program, I'd like to thank everyone who's had a hand in supporting our program, from the administration to the faculty to the alumni to the people in the community, the family and fans and friends of the program. There were people who believed in us when we didn't really give a whole lot of reasons to have a lot of faith in our program, and I think that the people who have stuck with us have fortunately seen the fruits of our labor, and I think we're putting an elite level product out on the field, and and I don't think it happens without the support of everyone involved.